Welcome to February's group Akashic meditation. February 2026 is bringing us this energy of going back into uncreation and coming back, dipping in that uncreation and void and coming back into creation. And we're doing that through a journey in the Galactic Centre. So today, as we go straight into the Galactic Centre, lots of astrology, lots of astronomy, and some ancient lore and storytelling coming right up. It sounds like an ad. And also we bring through the codes and the frequencies that your soul is here to remember now. So as we begin, if you could allow yourself to just forgive everything that has happened up till now in this week, and everything that has brought you here, that has tried to hold you back, anything that has stopped you from being in your presence, and really tuning into your beautiful breath. As you tune into your breath, a beautiful silver line emerges within you. And this is the silver cosmic essence that connects all your energy centers, your individual Hara line. This is the proof that we are alive. This is that spirit that moves through you. As you connect with that, still holding the strings of your rhythm through breath, we bring through a beautiful sacred container. So visualize yourself, if you will, in a beautiful container, a pearlescent container, keeping you in your individual processes, in your sacred processes, deliciously and gracefully. Allow this container to bring to you only anything that is of highest alignment, and through your crown and your base of the spine and root chakra. And anything that is not of the highest alignment also gets released through your crown chakra and through the base of your feet. Any discharge that happens of any energy as we go through this process today is happening in a deeply sacred way, from you to your highest divine, directly, nowhere else, just straight there. And also all the blessings come back straight to you. Now, keeping your individual containers sovereign, we come together in this group, in this circle, holding a very subtle frequency of connection from the highest realms of love and light together, and anchoring right in the middle. Whether you're hearing it live or listening to the recording later, tuning into this connective field of highest resonance of love and light with the highest powers of insight, connecting through the crown chakra, the highest levels above the crown chakra, and coming in the center. This also is creating a sacred bubble around this circle, that may all the energetic exchanges happen with comfort, with ease, with grace, with joy, with nourishment. And anything that is misaligned is also automatically taken care of by the highest level of love and light. With this safety, this containment, with this comfort, we now attune with the sacred star, the highest consciousness of love and light that you can perceive and beyond what you can perceive. And we connect that with your heart, your beautiful, infinite, gentle heart. And with your sacred stone, the place below the soles of your feet that connect you with this reality, with Pachamama, Bhumi, Gaia. And now bringing back this sovereign embodiment, asking and receiving permission from the highest levels to journey in the collective realm for the highest good of all in this circle and all connected to us. The records are now open. As we journey within these realms, our guidance systems are stepping in. In this collective field, we go back to the beginning of our stories. We don't just look at our creation as the design, but the formation of that design. So connecting with that very, very ancient part of us that goes back to the beginning of time itself. Our connection to the planet, to our sun, soul, and through the arms of our galaxy. We are somewhere in the inner arm of the Milky Way galaxy. We slide straight into the center of the galaxy through this galactic highway. I've always asked them the best route to go to the Galactic Centre. Would it not be wise to just take a straight line from Earth to the Galactic Centre? They always smile and say no. It's all about gentleness and joining the galactic highway. So we join this arm on which our sun sits or our sun resides and moves through. And through that we go and extend through this galactic arm and go to the center of the galactic sun. As we reach the galactic sun, we reach Sagittarius A. This is the star that is the heart of everything that has started from here. The heart of us, the heart of all creation in our galaxy. We go and reach this heart. And it's not the biggest, brightest, shiniest star. In fact, it is just the opposite from how we see it. It is a black hole. We step on the periphery of this black hole. This is the birthing of all the infinite stars. And I call them infinite because in a way, there is a finite number of stars in our galaxy. Just as the finite number of people, the finite number of trees on our planet, but it is just hard to calculate from our perception. And it is connected with the primordial soup of infinity, and that's why it's touching infinity, it's touching eternity. So just for your mind to have a clear map, our Milky Way galaxy is a disk, a spiral with many arms going all around. We, sitting from the outlier arm, have come in to the Galactic Centre. As we come here, in essence, this is a bright place. This is a very, very bright frequency. Around the periphery of this star, Sagittarius A, which is the very center of our galaxy, we begin to interact with these realms, and our Akashic guides are stepping in now. Our ancestors are stepping in now because this is such a sacred time. In a way, our storylines and our bloodlines have been waiting to be here and rendezvous with this magical taste of the beginning of creation. So all the aspects of yourself and whoever you love, whoever you choose to bring, you can wish for them to come and we can invite them in. Of course, leaving it to their highest self and leaving it to their free will, whether they want to join. Unsuspectingly, many of them have. And some surprising people have come in too that you thought you didn't even invite, but they are here too. So allowing whoever wants to come and witness this, we now start to sing the song of the cusp of creation. Alana Sharasaya Sahiya Yana Sahiya Ehu Yana Sahiya Yala Ilaha Yana So there's a mix of form and chaos, and it's at the cusp of all of that. And as we are getting into this, a beautiful layer, a story, if you will, is emerging. Now, many cultures have different names for this point of creation, that part where the unmanifest and the manifest meet and the creation begins. And this is the part where this is all starting to make sense. A part where it is all starting to matter. It is becoming matter from the unformed. And as we step into this realm, let's talk about a little bit about Hunapku. Hunapku, a term that was given to us by many people discussing this phenomena, the Mayan calendar. This was actually a part of the Aztec culture. And Hunapku did not necessarily mean what it is being shown to mean today. And yet it isn't a very ancient vibration. It does exist. Although the name vibration is not Hunapku, Hunapku was given to bring in the diverse cultures into one monotheistic culture in a very recent time in our human history. There is a deeper essence to that truth, the point from which the Mayan calendar started to be measured, that point of precision, and we connect with that point now. In the ancient Vedic tradition, in the oldest and the most revered Veda, the Rig Veda, there is a mention of this. This is mentioned as the spot where the divine masculine and the divine feminine exist in their highest, fiercest, most chaotic form. The Rudra and Kali. It's not exactly Kali, it's Triti, but we'll call it Kali because it's a similar vibration. It's a deeper vibration of that. It is the most chaotic, fiercest, strongest, highest form of the divine masculine as a version of Shiva, and the divine counterpart of that in the divine feminine as Kali. And it doesn't matter what name we give to it, you can feel the vibration of the untamed masculine and the untamed feminine coming together, unmanifest within these forms. The birthing of a new form took place, and this birthing was this ancient goddess that has been called Goddess Aditi. Again, this goddess is known by many names as all gods and goddesses, all forms of creation. She is the point spark from which 12 original rays emerged into creation. And we're not just going into this galactic story, we're going into the universal story, and beyond that, the cosmic story, because they all happened the same way. The mechanism is exactly the same. So we go back to the original form of primordial creation. And as we go in this form, we connect with this vibration, whether you call her Sophia, whether you call her Aditi, whether you call her the Primordial Mother, you can feel her essence now. she is stepping into your heart space, into that void you've been feeling or have ever felt. That place where nothing has moved, nothing has formed, yet there is potential for everything to move, everything to form in so many different directions and ways. And she is here to tell us her story, because in a way that is your story of how you came to be, or at least an understanding of that. Of the 14 layers of consciousness of human existence in this cosmos, this hue consciousness that we are connected to is the level 7. If you look at an elevator, we are at level 7 in a building with 14. And that is the cosmic joke, because it is not 14, it is infinite always. And yet, for our linear understanding, just to give a number or a context, let's call it level 7 in the 14. Within this level, we are in the 3rd dimensional frequency, moving and rising and expressing and exploring the 6th and 7th dimension, 8th and 9th dimension, and beyond. We begin with the 6th because we are in this primordial soup where all time exists now. And you may wonder, what does it have to do with me right now? Everything. It has created you and has everything to do with you. It is creating you, and so it is creating your future selves as well. Now we bring through the song that she sings with her 64 yoginis, and we'll talk more about this. Yalana shuru sui takura shu usunu shu uru shulunu shunu shu utukurunu kusha asayanaka. Allow yourself to sit in the middle of the most sacred geometry, Yalana shunuku, that you perceive in your consciousness. Yalana shunasu uturu shunukuru shu unusu kusha yasaya. Yana salana kuru kurutu shayana sana kasha asana. If you're familiar with the flower of life, you're sitting in the middle of the flower of life. If you're familiar with Sri Yantra, you're sitting in the middle of the Sri Yantra. Yana shuru sulu shunu shu otorunu shu ahisayana sha'alaya anasarana shuna sayanaka. And as a deep centering occurs in you now, allow it, if you will. Yana shura sayana shula sayahasa. Yanasha, you may actually feel a bit of a vibration around your stomach area, your navel. Yanashu surushu sayanahu. For you are connecting with the umbilical cord of the cosmos. Yanashu surunushu shulo shuyo suyusa. Yanasha, that connection that brings nutrition to your spirit, your life force in the here and now, and forever in eternity. Yanashunaku, that stream of consciousness, just like the arm of the galactic wave that brought you to the center. Yanashala sayanashu saya saya saya. Now the story begins with 64, and we'll talk more about that, because it's all about this number today. It's a sacred number, and this is the number that supports and holds all your creations from here, with more consciousness, if you will. Yana shurulu suyana sarakura kashaya. Yana sula hashatakuro soyata kosu asayaha. So the Great Mother, and for the purpose of our journey today, we will call her the name vibration of Aditi, as she wants to be called, is the mother of the original 12 rays. We know those original 12 rays as the 12 archangels, as the 12 Adityas, and the 12 original gods, the 12 original vibrations, the 12 original rays that came from the first source. Yanashuru Kulunushu, just one distortion away from primordial existence. Yanashunuku, and the first step into form. Yanashulo Nashaka, when the first ray expressed itself in 12 dimensions or 12 aspects. These 12 aspects multiplied and multiplied and multiplied with the power of 3, with the power of triangles. Yanashuru Solonoshunukusha. Allow this to be a visual journey. Allow it to be a journey of feeling, of the heart. And your mind will catch up, because there is the super mind, the higher mind, that already knows this. So allow it to be whatever it needs to be. It doesn't need to make sense at all. Yanashunuku. For your higher mind already knows this. It is just a reminder. As this mother was stepping in, she sat and she sat. She was a mix of both the thoughts that wanted to express and manifest, and the thoughts that wanted to not manifest. So the unmanifest and the manifest, sitting in the soup and potential. And she decided to bring out her first breath. She says that she's breathing now, and as she exhales, she brought out the flower of life. But it's not a two-dimensional flower of life as we see in paintings or on screens. This is a three-dimensional flower of life. Every aspect, every flower is blossomed in all directions, in 360 degrees. And that is a composite of all sacred geometries that have ever existed and can ever exist, because this is the eternal original geometry. The three-dimensional flower of life is also a three-dimensional Sri Yantra. These geometries are supported by 64 light shards. These 12 original rays, they kept fractalizing and fractalizing and fractalizing until they became 64 shards of light, holding the structure, the scaffold of creation. And within these limits, all the triangles that are formed, all the petals that are formed, the lines of the triangles, the lines of the petals, depending on how you're seeing it, whether you're seeing it as a Sri Yantra or you're seeing it as the flower of life, the shape itself was designed to be the manifest creation in all its timelines as a composite when you look at it from a full perspective. And the empty spaces between that is the unmanifest, which is Goddess Aditi herself, the Primordial Mother herself. And she locked that design, she expanded that design as a ladder, as a spiral ladder. She expanded these spiral ladders, and as many spiral ladders as she desired, which were infinite. These infinite spiral ladders became the DNA with 64 codexes, codices, or 64 codes. Each of these and all of these together create the maximum of all possibilities in all dimensions, all timelines, all designs that can exist for you to live your full realization and reality as a soul spark. There is containment within the infinity. Yana shuru sulana shutukoro shiana salana shu asayaha asayaha asayaha. When you connect with this, you may realize that you are walking or navigating through the lines and curves of this geometry. Some of these lines are formed, some of these aren't. Some of these curves are formed, some of these aren't. And that is okay. For you're in the liminal space between the manifest and the unmanifest. And when you realize the full design, It is the perfect combination of everything you desire and everything that has come to you. Everything that you have wanted and everything that has happened or is happening. It is a balance of all. It is the meeting place, if you will, of every manifestation becoming a reality. And when all manifestations and all realities become one, you have completed the design. You collapse back into the center and become one with the Primordial Mother again, returning back to her womb, and then deciding and choosing whether you want to return. And between this time and that, you are on this explorative journey to complete this design, to complete the lines and the curves. Yahashala nashirutuku shanasura nashula atakarasa 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 Yalana shunu suruku shiana shuraka. Now, all the aspects that have unmanifested and all the aspects that have manifested. I'm using a tense, but there is no tense within this because we're speaking in the eternity of time. All aspects coming together. You are within this void, beautiful soul. Yanashuras yalanasharas. This void, this space where all exists and nothing exists. All potentials exist and nothing is yet existing. Well, what the mother does is she holds the full potential in her womb, and when a single cell multiplies, becomes 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and it multiplies to become 64. It keeps dividing and rearranging its geometry. Once it has rearranged its geometry and become 64 cells, it becomes the first microcellular organism with consciousness. Yalana Shusaya. That is how life is born. Yana Shunukurukusha. Each thought you have, each desire you have is a birthing. Yanalana Shura Sayanaka. And today she brings you this gift. Yahashurunuku. For it has taken you lifetimes of journeys. It has taken you strife. It has taken you pain. It has taken you adventures, and it has taken you bravery. While it has also brought you joy, it has brought you expansion, it has brought you connection and a taste of all abundance. And all the experiences that have brought you to the now are also the experiences that create the blueprint of what you need and what you don't. And you already know this. Yahana Shuro Saya. She is now assisting you to arrange and sift through. What do you want to return to the unmanifestation, the space, the dark space of infinity? And what do you want to bring into manifestation as a line or a curve? This is the conscious choosing. Allow things to come up. If you push them into the infinite space, they become unmanifest and dissolve. And if you bring them up, they become a line or a curve. Many lines and curves are forming around you, and many things are becoming infinity, returning back to the primordial soup. No hard feelings. No need of forgiveness, no need of pain, no need of hurtful letting go, painful letting go. It's just easy. This is simple mechanics of creation and cosmos. This is your consciousness, and you knew it, you created it, and you are here. There are some parts that you're confused whether you want them or not. So sometimes you're pushing them and then you're pulling them back, and that is okay. But you can ask for help. You can ask the Primordial Mother to assist you. for she's here with her nurturing love. She is the mother of all there is. She is the mother of all that is not yet. And so she knows you. She knows your desires. She knows what you need now. And she is the infinite love from which everything came. For the breath did not become 64 on its own. The breath became 64 because she willed it with love. Yeah, and she wielded it with love. Ya Asha Asara. Ya Asha Asara. So remember to make your creations like her with love. Ya Nashurasa. If you feel any vibrations of fear, maybe they are not to be pushed back. They are to be examined. And maybe a line needs to be extended. A curve needs to be extended instead of being pushed back. And that is the divine wisdom she is imparting now. This is that aspect of you that knows. And as you do this, we're also doing this in this collective and for the collective. So much of the geometry is formed and so much of it remains to be. And yet in the eternity of time, it was never needing to be done and never needs to be done because it already is there. And that's why whether it is already manifested or not, it is already there. For your desires are only a feedback signal that it already exists and is anchoring and calling you there. Hearts are opening, voices are opening. You may find that a tenderness emerges as you approach life. A tenderness of heart approaches as you see life and witness life. And it is now being grounded in your inner truth, inner knowing, inner wisdom. And this is also realigning. There are some capacities within us. These are not limitations, these are capacities. So if there is desire and that is running much further than what exists now, then the tempering of the speed and the manifestation is that dance of balancing with your 64 codes, codons, the 64 codons within your DNA. This is the superhuman, this is the absolute aspect of creation that knows itself. And that is you, beautiful one. You are beginning to know yourself through abstraction, through internalization, through witnessing, and through doing, through undoing, through speaking, and through choosing silence, and through boundaries and balance with love. Because for the containment and the safety comes with that boundary. All the chaos that you have been feeling is that dance between whether it should be unmanifest or should be manifest, whether it should be the space between the triangles and flower petals, or should it be, because if you're looking at it as the flower of life, then it's petals. If you're looking at it as the Shri Yantra, it is triangles. So I will use both words and you choose whichever appeals to you, or both, because you can't go wrong with that. So whether you choose for it to be a shape, the outline of a shape, or you choose the fabric that creates it, you can always do it with joy. The difference between a group of cells and cells forming themselves consciously with the power of 64 is the connection and the eyes looking back on creation. There are free radicals that choose to be lost, to find the way, the joy of finding the way, and that is okay. And there are souls that want clarity, that want direction, that want movement, rhythm, motion, and actualization. These souls, you all, we all, the collective, are the eyes of the consciousness looking back within itself and towards itself. These eyes always align and redirect, balance the pace, and bring the right cadence, bring the right rhythm, bring the right frequency. Now we have explained this to you through the codes of light, and now we would desire to explain this to you through the codes of sound. For light and sound are not separate. In terms of sound, if you will, these are 64 tones of one song, and they all sing in speeds, waves, rhythms to create the harmonics of creation. When you have accomplished this sound and you can hold the frequencies of all 64 tones within you, you become the creator, you become the creatrix. And this is possible in every moment, Divine One. What is it that you want to unmanifest? What is it that you want to manifest? Leave it to your higher self to decide, for your higher self is that wiser part of you. Ask this higher self to choose actively. For sometimes we don't actively choose and it goes on autopilot. But the autopilot is sometimes not the autopilot of cosmos. Yes, in the larger scheme of things, it becomes the autopilot of the cosmos, and all of us return to the same place where we came from. But in the middle, the diversions can happen through ancestral patterning, through impositions of statements, impositions of frequencies that are not aligned within ourselves, belief systems that are not aligned with ourselves, and learned incorrect behaviors, learned incorrect thoughts about the capacity of creation. There are no limitations to the capacity of creation. So all the incorrect learnings that have created themselves in limitations, in compromises, in burdens, in exceptions to the rule of love, they start to dissolve. Allow your higher self to unmanifest and bring about the manifestation of clear design of your original code, your original codons that were fed in directly by the Primordial Mother. When you were conceived as a consciousness, as a shard of light, within this reality as the first 64 set of cells within your mother's womb, and within the cosmic journey of your consciousness as the first shard of life, light and life that separated from source. You made it then and you make it now, because you have done this many times and you're doing this in all realms at the same time. Now the manifestation begins. This is where every dream is completing its design. Every desire is completing its design. And these dreams and desires are aligned with your soul's mission. So they are coming from your highest self. And if you want to eat something that's unhealthy, your higher self won't allow it. So this is the surrender. The only surrender you're being asked to do is to your higher self, to your own divine intelligence. and allow the highest version of your divine intelligence to choose for you and to bring it intentionally back. Any free radical elements, any free radical energies within you that have been wavering, that have been floating, that have been unattached or unhinged, as the word is coming up, allow them to come back and return home. For the wandering and the searching in void is complete now. This is the time for replenishment. For this primordial mother, goddess Aditi, she is the mother of replenishment. That when the light returns from void, replenished, clarified, strengthened, and sprinkled with cosmic love and light. And here you are, dipped in the cosmic waters, which are the womb of the mother. And then coming out of the waters, and some of you like to be mermaids, so you can stay in between the waters and the creation and keep dipping and coming back. And that is perfect. That is your role in this cosmos, to be the anchor of cosmic wisdom into physical reality. That's why you're half here, half there. And that is by design that you chose. And some of you have chosen to come and be fully here. Yet the connection is not lost, ever. For as long as the Great Spirit moves through you, as you can feel in this moment within you, as the Great Spirit moves through all things, there is always a place to return home. Returning home to your original design, to manifest in this reality all that makes it complete. It's time to draw the new petals now. It's time to draw the new triangles now. And not being particular about the angle and the strength of the color. Allow the Great Spirit to move through you. Allow the Primordial Mother to breathe through you, to make these perfect angles, make these perfect petals, and complete your grand design. This is not a story that is to be completed. This is a story that is to be lived. And that's why she is moving through you, through the power of love and replenishment, joy and expansion. For it brings her great joy to see her child in joy. And she is bringing you every manifestation that you ever desired and asking you to own your codon. For you are a powerful being and you have been creating and uncreating all along. And she invites you to co-create with your primordial mother consciousness, to make it love, to allow her to breathe love through you even more, and to fill you with the stellar designs and constellations. And they're showing me that each of you is bringing in a sheen of this cosmic light, this glittery liquid light that is pouring through every part of you. It's moving through you in every way. Your veins, your arteries, your nervous system, your skeletal system, all aspects of your physical being and beyond physical being, because physical aspects are only what we see. And she is particularly focusing on the liver. Yara surushunu shuhataka rashaha saranashu usulusha ataranashu sayak. The liver is a super conscious aspect of you. Yana shulana shakasa. It's got the secrets of the cosmos. Whoever knew? The liver holds the trajectory and the scaffolding of your life's design. Ya Shara Saha Sha, Ya Sara Shaha. She's making it gentle and sweet. Ya Lashas. Ha Yas. The physical and the beyond. Yashas. Yash. She's also activating your bloodstream with all the nutrients that you need. Yana Shuruku. And she's sprinkling stardust. She's sprinkling the essence of stars. Yana Shu Suruku through you. For all the nutrition of the cosmos is saturating within your field. Yana Shurasaya. And your physical geometry. Yahashahasaya. Now, if you look at, and she's asking you to embody your manifestation. So she's asking from your heart to expand the flower of life all around you in the 2-dimensional, but also now in 3-dimensional form. Every petal is actually a petal. Yana Shurusu. If you don't know what this means, it's still happening anyway. Yana Shurusa. 3-dimensional geometry of your full flower of life, which expands and meets the Sri Yantra. It expands and meets your Markaba, your star tetrahedron. Ya Hashuloro Shunuku Hasana Shuruku. You become the chariot of great motion through which the Great Spirit moves. You are the carriage, you are the chariot of the Great Spirit to move through you. And so every desire within you is sacred. Every experience and choice you make is sacred, and allowing it to be that. And therefore, any misalignments within yourself or in your experience externally, allow this Great Spirit to move, that is moving through you, to clarify it. The more it moves through you, the more it clarifies and eases, fills you with joy. And there's so much golden energy, rainbow golden energy, balls and orbs of energy all around you. In your room, there's just these orbs all around you, each one of you. I can see this really beautiful space, this delicious space of manifesting. And it's okay to not even know what you want to manifest. Even just soaking this energy is allowing your original desires, your grand plans, your grand desires, grand design to fulfill itself, to complete those spirals, to complete those circles, to complete those squares, to complete those triangles. Ya Sharanasura. And if you have desires, fill it in, but also leave a degree for your higher self to temper it with your highest good. Ya Nashurasa. No attachments. Ya Hasharasa. For when the Great Mother took the first breath, as the Primordial Mother, as she took the first breath, she did not fixate on what would come from this breath. She just knew this is love. Ya Hasharasa Rashunashanasha. Ya Nashahasa. Allow a few conscious breaths to breathe in this energy all around you, to soak it in, to allow this to guide you through the next couple of days, weeks, months, and years. And now, before we complete this journey, your ancestors are stepping in. They have been waiting at the periphery of the Sagittarius A star. They are like, have you forgotten us? No, we haven't. So we connect with them. And this energy that you have around you, this golden energy, some of you are in this golden spiral energy, some of you have these golden rainbow orbs around you, and some of you have it in your own original design and creation. You're perceiving the sound and light in your own original way because you have connected with the creation energy of yourself. So allowing that design to bring in all who are ready from your ancestry past, present, and future, this lifetime and all lifetimes, as expansive as you want to be, for you are held still in the womb of the Primordial Mother, because there is a part that will still always belong to the primordial creation, the unmanifest. And activating the potentials, realigning the potentials, and the great architect of creation is stepping in. This great architect is aligning all the misalignments, bringing in the alignments that were there and forgotten, and activating those codes and keys within your codon, within your DNA. Ya shara suluno shunukuraka. And as you release, it becomes this magical energy, these golden, um, sparkly aspects of creation that are returning from where they came and healing whatever they touch. All who are here, Yana Shurunu Shurunu Kusha, all your loved ones, all who have chosen to be present here, Yala Shiaranaka, are all co-creating and enjoying this and in this grand dance of song and light. Yasharana Shuras. Can you taste it? Can you hear it? Can you smell it? Yashurasayash. Anash. Now, many of you may be feeling a voice is coming through, a sound is coming through, and you can continue to be on mute. And if you are in the state to bring out a sound, allow yourself to just express and bring out that sound. That is for you, just for you in this moment. So continuing to be on mute, allow yourself, if you will, to bring that sound. Ya Nasha. And if you're not in a situation where you can bring that sound out safely, just bring it out in your mind. You hear it inside you. Ahalash. For some of you, it's not a sound. For some of you, it's a color, a shape, a vision, a feeling. Allow it to be what it needs to be. This is a symbol, a message from all aspects of creation and a gift from your ancestors. Yashas. Some of you are not seeing anything now, and there is nothing wrong you are doing. This is to unfold for you over a period of time, and that is okay. And those of you who have seen it, you may understand it, and you may not. It is meant to be felt, not understood. Just so you know, each person tuning into this cosmic frequency has received it now. Yasharasaya. Halanashaya. 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 And now we gather and return straight to our solar system, thanking the central sun, thanking the wisdom and the magic that this goddess has brought to us, and introducing and showing us a form, although she is formless. And returning to the here and now in this reality. And as you return, you are now becoming even more aware of your breath. You're becoming even more aware of your body. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Rub your hands. Cup your eyes. And in your time, in your own time, slowly open your eyes. The records are now closed. Amen.